Whoa, it's Ben. We back at it with another YouTube video. Shit, today I want to get into how we need to learn to stick to our word, how we need to learn to honor our word, you hear me? Hey, if you can't respect it, who will? If you can't honor it, who will? But with that being said, let's get into the video. Something we gotta understand is that, man, our word is the most important thing we got, you hear me? Hey, don't nothing hold more value in this world more than our word, more than the words that we speaking out of our mouth, you hear me? So shit, if you can't keep your word to yourself, how can you expect to keep your word with anybody else? How can you expect to honor any promises you made to anybody else? How can you expect to, respect the shit you told you was gonna do with somebody else? Yeah, man. If you can't keep the little shit you telling yourself to do, like you say, you might make your room up, you might clean your room up today, make your bed up, start doing some more shit, changing a few habits. If you can't keep that little simple shit, respect and honor, and keep your little promises that you made to yourself, how can you expect to respect the promises you make with somebody else? If you told somebody you was gonna be somewhere for 5, shit, I wouldn't believe your ass. I ain't gonna lie, because I see you don't do nothing but lie to yourself. So why would you come tell me the truth? Why would I think that you telling me the truth? You lying to yourself. Yeah. So shit, you gotta learn to start keeping your word to yourself, keeping your promises to yourself, honoring the shit that honoring the things you told yourself that you was gonna do. Sticking true to your word, staying true to your word. You hear me? Shit, people gonna treat you how you treat yourself. People gonna treat you how you treat yourself. People gonna do the things to you that you do to yourself. What they see you do, that's how they gonna treat you. So if they see you lying to yourself, they gonna lie to you. They gonna feel like it's okay to lie to you. They gonna feel like they could get away with lying to you. You hear me? They gonna feel like they could do whatever they want to do. Cause you lying. You ain't telling the truth. So why I got to? Why I gotta be honest? You ain't respecting your word. So why I gotta respect your word? You can't keep no promises to yourself. So why should I keep the promises I made to you? Why would I expect you to keep the promises you even made to me? You hear me? And it's really bigger than that. It's bigger than just keeping the promises between you and other people, staying true to the things you told other people you was gonna do, or staying true to the things you told yourself you was gonna do. It's bigger than that. It's really bigger than that. Keeping your word to yourself, it builds the foundation of trust. And you might be wondering, build the foundation of trust with who? That you building a foundation of trust within yourself. And if you trust yourself, you can teach other people how to trust you. You can show other people you will show other people that they can trust you. You gonna show other people that they can believe you, that they can take your word for what it is. Not, I gotta add these stipulations in because I know the type of person you are. I know the type of lies you tell. If you told me you was gonna be here at 5:30, I don't have to add, 2 hours to that because you showed me that you could be trusted. You told me you was gonna be somewhere for 5:30 and showed up at 5:15. You've done things that have built a foundation of trust between you and me and you and yourself. And building that foundation of trust between you and yourself is one of the most important things you could do for yourself. Why? Because it makes you start to believe in you. You start to believe you can actually do the things you say you're going to do. Achieve the goals you say you want to achieve. Reach the places you say you want to reach. Because you've shown yourself that you are trustworthy. You've shown yourself you can do these things. You've shown yourself you can keep your word. So if you set this goal and you've already shown yourself that you can be trusted, you've shown yourself that you can keep your word, you're going to reach that goal. You're going to do what you got to do to reach that goal. You're going to believe that you can reach that goal. You're going to be putting the work in to try to reach that goal. You're going to do what you got to do to get where you're trying to go. And you're going to believe that you can get there. You're going to trust yourself enough to keep constantly putting the work in, no matter how many times you slip, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you fuck up. You're going to keep going because you trust that you can get there. You trust that you can make it happen. You believe in yourself. And don't make promises that you can't keep, bro. Don't make empty promises. It's okay to tell people no. That's something I myself had to learn. I had to learn to start telling people no. And it's a situational thing. Like, I always try to look out for myself and do for myself. And if I could do something with other people, why not? But if I'm in a situation where somebody asks me to come do something with them, or somebody asks me, can I do something? And I don't know, I don't have an answer at that moment, or I can't give an answer right away, and they need an answer right away, I would rather tell you no and I'm actually available than to tell you yeah and I'm busy. Because if I tell you yes and I'm busy, then now it looks like I can't keep my word with you, or I was just lying, or I was just spitting out the mouth. And you're probably not going to want to come ask me to come do something with you again, or come help you, or to do whatever it is that you asked me to do. Because I've shown you, I ain't going to do it. I say one thing and do a whole nother thing, rather than just saying no in the beginning and being free. It's better to live like that. I'd rather let you down early and not waste your time, or not lead you on, than to lead you on and tell you I'm going to do something and then I actually can't even do it. Now, that is a situational thing, because life does happen. Things do happen. Things do come up. Random things do come up. So keep all that in mind. But don't lie to people. Don't make empty promises. Just be honest with people. Be truthful with people. Another thing you could do to build the foundation of trust: start sticking to your word. Tell on yourself. It sounds crazy, but tell on yourself. Tell about your own wrongdoing. Tell about where you messed up, because it starts to make other people trust you. It starts to make other people want to give in and be open with you, because you've been open with them. They feel like you don't hide nothing from them. When you tell them something, they'll honor the things that you say. They'll believe you because they know you willing to tell something bad about yourself, so they don't think you lying when you telling something good about yourself. You know what I mean? You hear me? So learn to start telling on yourself. Learn to start, quote unquote, snitching on yourself, bro. But just learn to stick. You just have to learn to stick to your word. You have to learn to keep your word, honor your word, respect your word, both with yourself and with other people. Because that's the most important thing. It's really all we got. It's all you'll ever have is your word. Don't nothing come above your word. Don't nothing come before your word as far as relationship building. Because your word is going to be the most important thing in that relationship. It's going to determine how we move forward. Determine the type of things we do. Determine the type of relationship we have. Stay true to your word. Stay true to yourself. Don't make empty promises to yourself. Really don't make empty promises to yourself. That's the worst person you can make empty promises to. That's the worst person you could lie to. Don't tell yourself you're going to do something you know you ain't going to do. Don't tell yourself you're going to do something if you know you're not willing to put the work in. If you know you're not willing to push past that feeling of not wanting to move, not wanting to get up, not wanting to partake in whatever action it is. If you know you don't have that discipline, don't lie to yourself. Build that discipline first. And then tell yourself you're going to do the things that you don't want to do. And you'll do them because you're disciplined. You stuck to your discipline. Shit, I wake up every morning. I work out 6 days a week. 4 days I do actual workouts, and 2 days I do just light workouts. 1 set, lightweight, high reps, full body. Just to warm my body up, just to get my body moving. Burn a little energy, burn some calories in the morning, get going. I don't feel like doing it every morning, but I'm disciplined enough to get up and do it. I feel great every day after I do it, knowing that I stuck to my word, knowing that I did what I said I was going to do, knowing that I honored knowing that I honored the rules that I set for myself. I stayed true to the things that I set for myself. I didn't break no self-set rules. I didn't, I did what I said I was going to do. It's just about sticking to your word. Ain't nothing more valuable than sticking to your word. That's how you show you are a person of value. That's how you show that your time is valued. You are valued. You value your word. You value your time. You value your presence. Sticking to your word. Just being true with people, bro. But that's all I had to talk about today. That's all I was wanting to get into today. We just gotta learn to stick to our word. Learn to be truthful with ourselves. Learn to keep it real, nigga. Learn to be honest. Just stick to your fucking word, and everything else gonna fall in place. Allow yourselves to have a great day, bitch ass nigga.